Last time on Avalon. Looks like Justice Fist has a new neighbor, and it's none other than Alusfane the Night Lord, seemingly showing off a sunny disposition towards the town and towards the sun itself. Using his vampiric powers to, aid the hurricane-weathered residents of Sanrea, Alusfane introduces himself as Count Nefessula, and even invites Jack to come over for a visit sometime to his totally not haunted abode in town. In the meantime, we were introduced to... Oh, don't freeze for me. Roll 20. Oh man, why's my internet so screwy today? There we go.
Yeah, you were going through it.
Alright. Might be because I got Discord up on my browser instead. We were introduced to Maz's character, Maz, who's out today, as Augustine Genet Farnell. He's out today, so his character will be absent. Let me see what else you guys ended up doing. Turning in a few things for
work order.
Gun gear to work on some stuff for you guys. And let me see here. We shall pick off pretty much where we left off with you guys on your way back to Justice Fist HQ, having just kind of a stumble in with frickin' Prince of Darkness himself.
Yeah. That's not good.
Let me see here. You see Iger kind of give Fernell a pat on the shoulder. You see him whisper something to her, and he's like, run along now. I'll take care of things here. Charming fellow.
Hold on. Where's my...
Oh, my apologies, Simon. I know you have to get your voice mod ready.
Yeah, there we go. You know that was a vampire, right?
I am sure we are well aware.
I mean, with the bats and the rats and the pale skin and the fangs and the wolves and the...
Yes. Oh, you know what? What was his name again? Did you get his card, Jack?
Just flashes it.
Oh, let me see that. Oh, look, that's very nice.
It's
I just want to look at myself in the mirror with it, and I hold it up in.
It is made from cardstock, fine cardstock, gold lettering, totally black.
Oh, ooh, very tasteful, very tasteful. What font?
Ooh, oh god,
Probably Times New Roman.
Comic Sans.
No, Garamond.
Comic. God damn it!
No, you fool! No, you fooled! It's Wingdings.
It's I don't know what the font is, but it's...
Let me guess. Valentino Couture?
It's cursive. That's for sure. I don't know font names, but it's very fancy.
Let me tell you, I've seen a few business cards in my day. The lettering is Cillian Rail.
I look at the business card that Gun Gear gave us.
Okay.
The font color is bone gold.
But yes, it says... let me see here. Damn it. Buried in my notes again. Fucking ADHD. Alright.
Lol.
No, but seriously, I do hold up the card in a mirror and Show it. Show it to Dr. Iger backwards. To see if he notices. Just to test and see if he notices.
Yeah, isn't he a historian? Wouldn't he know the guy's name?
Let me see here. I'm trying to remember what all I had on the card. It was like something fucking grandiose, but I can't find the picture anymore.
Well,
Okay, I'm just going to make something off the top of my head. It says Count Nefessula, Duke of the Highlands. And let me see if it actually has his address on there. Current address, amazingly, in town. Let me see. Let me roll. Let me see how... Let's see if the poor boy's oblivious. That's a nat 20. No, he is not oblivious. Simon, you were like obviously trying to show it to him, be like, read backwards, of course. And he's like, yeah, I already guessed that like 5 minutes ago.
Your reaction has been rather subdued, I must say.
Yeah, it's best not to freak out in front of figures like that. And you see him just kind of like look over his shoulder to make sure that like he's not still in the presence of aforementioned figure.
Are there still rats and bats and dogs around?
Oh yeah.
I thought we left.
You guys still left.
I thought we plopped it back down at the firehouse.
Yeah, we went to the House of Gears.
Yeah. I would say this would be on your guys' way back. Alusfane the Night Lord. Scourge of Thule. Master of Blood. Devourer of the 7 great houses that once ruled these lands. I'm familiar.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Did any of those texts mention... Did any of those research mention the name Anitar?
Did any of those texts mention Anitar?
Anitar. Let's see here. The War of Endless Night.
I mean, we know that, like...
You said it was 6
because of
houses
what
or
he
7?
said.
7 is what I heard.
I remember you all having 6 kings.
Sorry, I'm trying to think of which question to answer first.
And I asked
He'll answer Ivan first. I'm not familiar with any texts. Oh god, any text. Discussing the two in unison. In fact, I'm fairly positive that they were a couple thousand years apart.
Indeed.
As for what you were saying, Simon, different royal houses.
How many royal houses?
Thule used to be overrun with the undead. This was known as the Land of Shadows for the longest time. Vampire lords ruled this domain until the nobility of the living came through and purged them. Alusthane is called the Devourer of 7 Houses because that's how he came to power. By devouring the heads of the other houses.
The other vampires.
So, out of game, let me get this straight. Oh, wait, we are in Thule, correct?
Yes.
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 So, Thule used to be filled with vampires, and we're basically in fantasy Los Angeles.
Meh.
This is a fucking episode of What We Do in the Shadows!
See, I was gonna go for Angel.
I was just going to say that was a big masquerade break on his part. Like, he should...
Definitely the hounds would be after him.
Yeah. Okay, so... We've got... Should we tell... Is there a way we could get an audience with Derringer? Because at this point, I feel like it's a full-blown state of emergency.
There was a Derringer... I'm trying to remember who
The
did
president.
you have? The president. You're telling
That's
me
the president of the wall.
you.
I mean, we should tell the authorities, right? I mean, it's not our problem.
I mean, I don't
We're
see
just
why.
mercenaries.
I don't see why not.
What do you guys think? Or do you have no opinion?
Personally say whenever we go near him, we start wearing garlic.
Is that a thing? Is garlic a thing with vampires?
I mean, I've heard stories that vampires hate garlic.
I thought that was in that radio show you always play.
We just need to keep garlic and crosses on us at all times.
Garlic and
Yeah, I don't
hops.
think that's gonna fly.
And besides, Christianity hasn't come to Avalon.
And I was going to say Angelicus
Okay.
and Ananias.
Okay, whatever the closest thing to a cross in Avalon is.
It's an onk.
What is?
Onk.
Yes. So we need to get garlic and an onk.
We need an oh. we need a holy goose.
Also, we should always carry steaks on us. And not the type for a barbecue.
That sounds like a
To-
pleasant idea.
I tell you what, I'm on good standing with the mayor. Let me see if I can get in a word with him. Because frankly, I don't enjoy the idea of having a rather notorious vampire living in our town.
Wait.
He was
Another?
helping.
Wait, another?
No, a notorious.
I thought you said another notorious.
No, just the one.
He's I'm not sure either now. You're gaslighting me, maybe, but
Storm, confirm or deny?
I said a nefarious vampire, or notorious.
okay.
Ah.
It's just here's the thing. I mean, I believe in second chances if people turn over a new leaf, you know. But how do we know he's not going to go back to, you know, life eradicating, people enslaving, Thule ruling?
No, we don't know that. Actually,
It's
wait,
not-
no.
it's not
We
just
do
that
know
he's a
that.
vamp-
It's a matter of if. It's not a matter of if. It's a matter of when.
It's not a matter that he's a vampire to me. The matter to me is the history of his behavior. He's not an unknown quantity. We know the things he's done and could do again.
God forbid anyone listen in their history classes to not have it repeated. No? Just me? Just Professor worries? Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, it's the only one who has their concerns.
You see as a small child walks by you guys with his mom and dad, as a bat comes down with an ice cream cone, puts it in his hand. Another one comes down with a full thing of ice cream, puts it into the ice cream cone, flies away.
He's unstealing candy from babies.
He's running. I'm worried we'll get pushback because of all the help that he's doing right now. But the truth has to be known. At least, I don't want to incite a panic among the people, but at least the mayor needs to know.
Certainly. I mean, he's more than welcome to try to turn over a new leaf, but...
I don't believe it for a second.
Yeah,
But I'm willing to give it a chance.
we don't really have a great interaction rate with when it comes to the bloodsuckers.
Besides, don't we have the very blades that were forged to defeat him?
We do, but does that necessarily going to mean anything? He's shown that he can kick our ass. He did it the last time.
I wonder if he realizes that wasn't his father.
Oh. You mean that?
Oh, wait, I mean,
Wait,
nothing.
Wait, what do you mean?
Don't mention anything. I actually pull him aside. Wait, forget I said that. Do not mention anything. I'm not ready to drop that bombshell yet.
You are not the father!
I will absolutely drop some bombshells because, honestly, it doesn't matter to me.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Nothing. I'm not talking about anything that happened to us while we were out in the countryside in a shadow vault.
I've been so believed that was a real Alice.
All right. But wait, hold on. Hold on. Let me exit character for a second. But he disappeared right after that.
Now he doesn't know the full extent of this power. Remember, he saw him and was just like, "Oh God, it's Antar," and tried to shoot it.
Okay, sorry, I got a phone call. I'm done. Okay, so it's like, it's just like what? But if he wouldn't have disappeared without the, it just doesn't seem like, because he would have taken the shard. If that was the real Anatar, he would have taken the freaking fragment of the. I keep thinking of the Spear of Destiny. It's very Lance of Longinus or Longinus or whatever.
Whatever. Let's just continue.
Excuse me.
Holding on. You're excused.
I said
Oh, that smells awful. Oh,
From my phone.
What?
dragon.
Lol.
So, I guess what?
Oh,
do
right.
we
Back into
know?
character.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Get back into character.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess I could. If we're in a real emergency, a real vampire emergency, perhaps I could try to reach my eldest brother. But I'd really rather not.
And what exactly can he do?
Well, you know, beat him up.
Are you literally giving the idea of I'm gonna call my big brother to beat you up?
Such a fucking...
The undead.
I'm gonna get my brother to
I
beat
don't
you.
quite think so.
I'll tell you about it another time.
That is the most playground idea I've ever heard.
I just kind of rubs.
In his defense, his big brother is like a level 20 paladin.
Must be.
Okay, I was just making a fucking joke.
Sounds like
Rescind my derision.
around.
All right. I'll tell you what. With this new little development, go talk to the.
I just saw the IOU again.
Go talk to the mayor. Collect my cousin. See what I can do, and then. Oh God.
Get a lot of sleep, please.
See what I need to do about.
Oh, that's right. The job.
Yes. My daughter. I will. After I get a few things done.
Too much shit to do and not enough time to do it in.
Not enough me to do it. What I will do.
Hey, man.
I'll make a visit to the mayor first, and then I'll head on up to the dig site. See how it's going on there. Report back to you as soon as I can. I'm gonna have Fernell running around getting a few errands for me done. In the meantime, other than that, let's head on back to your abode and see what progress my cousin has made. See what progress Brooke has made. And as you guys are walking on back.
Meanwhile.
Meanwhile.
Kat, do you want me to jump ahead
the
of
ghost
it?
pirate Bloodchuck.
I'll go through with the stuff. Sure, it's an RP session. I'll take up a few minutes.
All right. Yeah, Brooke has just been working mercilessly. Getting roots thatched, getting the boards pulled off the windows.
Yeah, Alex has been mostly watching and not pulling her weight. But she brought him a bit. Are you allowed to say beer on YouTube?
I don't know. I don't even know their rules anymore. Sure.
Fuck it. She brought him a beer and she's drinking one too and watching him, and she's gotten the gist of the situation. So, how's it looking up there?
Well, I mean, I can get your roof patched up. They did a number installing the lightning rod up top. Yeah, I can get that fixed.
Yeah, that definitely would be helpful, especially if it's going to be rainy again. And you think you could maybe do those walls? Points at the connecting wall between Simon and Ivan's room.
Looks on over. Yeah, I can get that fixed. No problem. Anything else?
I do not want to deal with the consequences of that. I mean, that's definitely a pretty good start, I think. Do you maybe want to take a break? You barely touched your drink.
Oh, yeah, sure. Pops it open, chugs down a cold one.
I love the idea that he's gonna fix the wall, and then we're gonna have to just smash it down once 16 diamonds room.
Well,
And she's thinking of the now and not the later.
yeah, I don't want to deal with that shit every morning.
How far is it from the blimp being like livable conditions?
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit. Need to give it a little extra spit shine.
Yes, I probably should fix that wall. Yeah, so you're...
Nah, it's fine. I have a poster up covering the hole.
Shawshank. So you're pretty good with your hands, huh?
Yeah. Honed most of this back on the front.
Right,
working.
you were in the army, you mentioned.
Yeah. Front lines.
I was a mechanic. So-
Hence the working on the on the car and
Yeah, I feel like that didn't really prepare me for that, to be entirely honest. Not really. I worked on like tanks and planes and motorcycles and cars pretty much all my life, but that car is the farthest thing from a car that I've ever driven. Jesus.
Me and my Richard Dixon impression from Futurama. I had to do what I always was.
Amazing. But yeah, so I was thinking maybe you could help me out with a little something else if you were interested.
oh yeah, absolutely. What do you need help with?
Just go in my room and maybe I can show you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. What do you need fixed? Smash cut.
Just something that maybe someone who's good with his hands could help out with a little bit. Leading him back to her room.
Smash cut to a couple hours later
How
when
badly did he fail his roll? His
I
insight roll.
I rolled the insight roll when you first sent that. He fucking got a 3. Motherfucker's as dense as a goddamn cinder block.
Half naked before he even caught on.
Smash cut to a couple hours later when you guys are making your way or heading back into the firehouse. You hear Iger kind of shout out, "Brooke, I need you!" And there's a crash as Brooke comes stumbling down the stairs, throwing his shirt back on. He's like, "Oh, yeah, what's up? Need you to do a few things for me. Head on back. See if you can get any information from your old army buddies." And you see him just kind of stop and his eyes narrow in on Brooke. Your shirt's on
Alex
backwards.
casually coming down the stairs behind him, lighting up a cigarette.
Your shirt's inside out.
Oh, hey, Iger.
And he is just sweating bullets.
Amazing.
So confused.
I'm sure I didn't miss anything.
I know exactly what happened, and I'm just like shaking my head.
I mean, I would hope so. You'd have to get an insight of 3 not to.
I don't even need to roll. That's how obvious this is.
You know what? I'm gonna roll to see if Ivan knows what the fuck happened.
Just Jack just went non-sagely, just like, yes. I see.
Let's see if Ivan screws us up. It's a sense motive.
Dear.
16.
He knows.
All right. Yeah,
Below average.
it's not hard to figure it out. All I leave you to imagination is Idra just hands him a folded note. It's like, I need you to go ask your old army buddies about something. It's like, yeah, and he kind of looks back at you, Alex, looks at Idra, looks back at you. I'll give you a call. As he just kind of...
Give him the cool guy nod.
Yeah. As he kind of dashes on out. Well... And Idra just kind of looks at all of you.
Fucking wreck.
Anything interesting happened while you were looking for your house?
I'd say so. And he kind of looks at the rest of you. Do you want to explain it, or
Lord
should I?
Boris Fratu has shown up again.
Wait, the guy from the crypts and also the prophecies?
Uh-huh.
The what?
Nothing seems murdered or exploded as far as you guys go, so...
Yeah, he just kind of showed up.
And you did, like, run away?
No, he just...
Is he murdering
showed
people?
up. Not yet. Keyword.
What is he doing here?
Honestly, no fucking clue. He said he was here for, air quotes, a
You
vacation.
talked to him?
Yes. He didn't attack anybody, as far as we know of. I mean, he also started helping out with the cleanup. Not sure why. But, you know, just have
Pretty Dios.
Mr. McFuckboy Night Lord show up.
Sorry.
No, I will not rephrase that.
Or might as well.
So yeah, that just happened, and yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Did you find his house?
On his business card.
Not Iger's house.
Oh yeah, we found that. Alosfane moved it back.
Right. Of course he did. Alosfane, the Night Lord, helped move your house. Okay.
He was just a nice guy, TM. So yeah, it's been a weird morning, and I need a drink. Like a keg of booze.
Mierda. Yeah.
I mean, from a non-subjective viewpoint, we're kind of the assholes. Dude woke up from sleep. We shot the shit out of his bed, scared him off, and then
Debatably,
he showed up and helped people. Well, he did enslave Jean-Luc in that town, and he did turn him into a two-headed vampire. There are some...
Yeah.
there were some
Negative.
gray areas and context.
Historically, we had reason to be violent.
I'm still trying to process everything. You shot him?
Yeah.
Well, apparently we found where he was buried at some point.
Yeah, it
We
was
wanted to see
another
if
vault.
shooting him would keep him from waking up. It didn't.
I did not. We stole his coffin, didn't we?
Yeah, it's like in the other room.
The shards of the coffin, you mean?
No, we have like
a project
a majority of it.
reassembling that.
We still have a majority of it, right?
We do. We have all the pieces.
I mean, that's
Right,
what
right.
As you guys are saying
historical
this,
restorer people are for. What?
It was stained glass. Very beautiful.
as you guys are saying this,
It was very nice.
Idra actually has his face in his hands. He's actually
Poor Idra.
chuckling.
What?
You stole his coffin,
Uh-huh.
and
Yep.
you shot him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was him.
He looks back at the rest of... What else did you do? Sorry, I'm processing the fact that...
We may or may not have also pissed off his dad.
I was literally about to do. Oh,
Okay,
never
go
mind.
ahead. Speak
I was,
up.
Never mind.
No, speak up. It's okay.
I was going to lean over to Simon and ask him, like, whisper to him. Should we tell him about Anatar as well?
I was just getting to that.
I think you're right. Okay, everyone.
So-
Group huddle. Real quick. Group huddle. Group huddle.
Okay.
I'm sorry if I was being rude there.
Hydra is an expert. I think we should let him in on the whole story from the beginning to here.
I mean,
See
I
what
don't.
kind of information he has. I think we can trust him to keep his goddamn mouth shut.
I
If
mean,
we
the
ask
only
I
people we
mean-
should
And
not.
Jonathan, damn mouth
He
shut.
knows about
Sorry.
Ellis Pain now, so it might not. So letting him know about Anatar might not be a terrible idea.
Yes.
I mean, I feel like the only people we should not be telling about this are like people who work for the bad guys. Like, this is a national emergency, practically.
Anyway, shit be whack.
If you allow it, Ivan will be the one to tell him.
Dr. Ida, we are prepared to elaborate the full history of our activities involving the supernatural in relation to Alice Fane, if you have the time, but it was a bit of a long story, and you're probably going to want to be well rested
I can make some tea.
and sitting down.
Yeah, you're probably gonna want also, like, booze, probably, for this. It's a hell of a story.
You see him
I can
doing
Irish up the tea.
You see him do the little thing where he puts his hands together and he puts them up to his mouth, and he has that stern look on his face. It's almost like a dad look, like, what did you do?
Ivan is going to.
So it all
was
started
done?
when we went to prison.
Yes.
And it all started with how my life got turned upside down. It's your
You see, it all started with occult soul research.
I was.
I'm sorry, there's so many people talking at once, one person at a time.
I mean, I have it all written down in my journal.
Go on, Kit.
Also, yeah.
Ivan was going to retell him about, like, them being in prison, the whole thing about the warden, I think what's the warden, doing research on the sphere, and basically they found their swords in the Shadow Vault, and all that about Alsbane, about Anatar, all that.
I'm assuming this is going to be...
Sun King shot lasers at us.
Soon you're going to move this on over to your conference room.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I make him tea and offer to make it Irish. Or whatever the displaced equivalent is.
What is Ireland over in Vingovia?
He also
Yeah,
mentions
Vinny.
the
I'd have
fact
to look
that
at the map again.
Also, I forget, on your map, is Vingovia England or Great Britain?
Great Britain.
Is it the whole shebang?
Okay, it's the whole shebang. Okay.
Also, Ivan will also mention the fact that he got the scar on his hand from trying to jury rig the elevator.
Might be a little more detailed than necessary. I think he's more interested in the major historical events than our personal mishaps.
Tuesday came along. My bowel
He
movements were normal.
That's like the only
And to
thing
us,
that he
it was
adds
simply
extra.
Tuesday.
That's the only thing he adds extra.
So yeah, prophecies, chosen ones, swords, the shard thing. Our bosses might be dead. The other guy might have a lot of shards now. And now Helfersbane showed up, and apparently the other guy's his dad.
So yeah,
He'll also mention like the whole village that was, lycanthropy turned.
That can't be.
Well, yeah, technically not lycanthropy.
So, okay, so
Bat
we tell him about
canthropy.
Cooley. We tell him about Cooley. We tell him about his notes. We tell him about the
I
fragments
have
of
the notes.
spear.
I can bring out the notes.
We tell him that he was experimenting on prisoners. We tell him about Anatar's return.
Do we tell him about Mad Maggie?
We tell him about Maggie Blakewell. We tell him about the first Shadow Vault we found. We tell him about the swords. We tell him about the Oath of the River Runner. That we
And
were
the
also
cool vampire guy we found and had to kill.
the Prince Julius was in fact turned into a vampire. Or wait, was it Julius or was that the son? Or was that the dad?
That was the son.
Prince Eulman. Yeah, Eulman was the son of King Julius. Prince Eulman, King Julius. I have it written in my notes here.
Sorry, just something random. I guess technically the term would more be hieractopy.
Yeah, what? They were thralled.
And
Sorry.
then
Yeah.
And also, I just remembered that Ivan heard a name whispered to him in the Shadow Vault named Faradir.
there was a lot of weird shit going on. This is what our
Elia only knows what that is.
we have. One, two. How many fucking vaults is this gonna be now?
2.
This will be our
Yeah,
third.
we just found the one under the well, and then the one in the town, and then we're going to one to do the job.
Yes.
Right.
Specifically the voice that was whispered to me was Faradir, and it pointed me towards a stone coffin marked Dur.
The Hunting Darkness.
Iger is taking notes himself.
I guess we could tell them the names of our blades. Be like, there's no harm in that.
Yeah, I assume these are all extremely historically
I mean, we've had-
significant.
Analyzed at some
of
point.
Eulman, Prince Jasper Eulman. Jasper was the vampire prince.
I have many questions I want to ask. I have many things I want to tell. I don't even know where to start. Nevo,
I'll sit
Weapons are
down.
good.
Nevo,
Hold
Khurtin,
here.
you both have been very quiet. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, I'm good at the moment.
And what was this prophecy again? Pray tell.
Oh dear.
I
Oh,
have it written
Lord.
down.
It was very complex and complicated.
It wasn't that complex.
To someone who never had to deal with this shit before, it's complex.
Here we go.
Also, I like vaguely remember it, so my memory's bad.
Witness the second prophecy of Kalkanos. And Let's see. Anatar walks, Alusfane sleeps, but both will rest within the deep. Looking through her journal notes. It shall begin with a blackened sun that weeps a single tear unto the world, which was that sword that we got when we were chain ganging, because what's-his-face wanted it. On this day, conflict shall arise between the children of Atlan, family against family, which I guess we sort of figured out the whole he's his dad thing. The day against the night, so that's Alusfane and Anatar. 13 pieces will call to them. Right, 13, so he has like 3 now, so that's great. Beckoning like a siren song, which means he can find them, which is why he was chasing us around. Each singing a tune of the stars, the gate to the drowned empire shall be opened, for it is destined that the spawns of Atlantis will return home.
I'm going to correct you on one thing, Idru says, kind of waving at you. Anatar never had a child. He was the very last in the Atlan dynasty.
Right. When we encountered Alusfane, he rose from his coffin, his shattered coffin, and demanded we hand over the shard, the fragment of spear that we held in our hands. I, in a desperate effort to try to scare him away, conjured this illusion of Anatar, who we met, and I actually will go ahead and conjure this very same one so that he sees Anatar before him. Don't worry, it's just an illusion. And I said, hand over the spear, it belongs to me, blah, 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 blah. And Alusfane looked at that motherfucker and said, no, Dad, that's my spear. Your time has passed.
More or less.
Yeah, like a bratty teenager. Which was kind of funny, seeing someone so mighty and powerful from history just break character.
He was intimidated enough by my image of Anatar that he temporarily retreated from us.
Yep, saved our asses.
He took the threat seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And again, Anatar never had children. He was the very last of the Atlan dynasty before Atlantis True was swallowed in light.
Who is Alusfane's father? Does history tell us that?
I know who Anatar's father is. And he brings out his little journal, starts flipping through pages. And he slides it looks like a hand-drawn, I'm trying to remember what the word is. It's when you, like, take charcoal and rub
An
it on.
etching? A rubbing?
Lithograph? Yeah, etching, we'll call it that. Of a cartouche. And it looks like a rough approximation of Benatar, honestly. It has the same sort of armor to it. This is Agosian, the father of Anatar. Alright, who's got time for a little lesson in Atlantean history? Anyone? Anyone?
Oh man, I was just heading out.
Come on, Professor.
It wouldn't
I'll
surprise...
be back. Like, continue, but I'll be back. I'm hearing something going on in my background.
Wouldn't surprise me if... Well, it still would surprise me. And Gosian had 2 sons. Anatar, who would go on to rule Atlan after his death. A death, mind you, that was brought on by Anatar himself, as was tradition. Only the strongest could rule Atlantis in the olden days, so it was custom for, Emperor to be beheaded by the next emperor as a show of strength. I had long held the belief that that Anatar inherited Ngosian's armor, perhaps modeled himself after it.
Okay, so for my notebook here, how do you spell the father's name and the brother's name?
Ngosian is Angocen.
Ngosian?
Or as he was also properly known as, Aron Ilsimo Atlantis, bearing the proper last name. Son. Let me see here. His sons. First one you know is Anatar. Birth name Oceanus. And his brother Pontus. It was customary for when an emperor took the throne to take on a name befitting their deeds.
Ah.
A royal title, like
So what does
noble or...
what does Anatar mean?
I believe it means something like sunlight, if I remember correctly.
Ah.
An old name, an elvish name.
Sounds about correct.
Elvish, you say?
Highest nobility. Give themselves the oldest lineage names, seeing as how the Atlans are descendants of the Moonlight Elves. He begins flipping through his notes again. Ivan. What was that name you said again?
Oh, the name that was whispered to me?
Yes.
Here.
Firadir.
And the coffin had Dur.
Firadir was the original bearer of Dur. The River Runners... The River Runners are 6 of the most ancient and heroic among the Elvish people. When Atlantis was still, well, not exactly called Atlantis at that point, it was known as the Land of Apples. They were the ones that protected the riverways, boats from the goblin hordes that would often attack the old Elvish settlements. I believe you might refer to...
that's right.
Humans might refer to that as a folk hero.
I forgot. The House of Gear's analysis of our blades mentioned that these were of Atlantis make.
Right. Sort of looking around at their ragtag group. And now we have them.
By mistake.
Or they're
more than
elvish
anything, I
in
feel.
design.
Elvish in design.
Yeah, it definitely seems like there might have been a clerical error here.
You never know. Our story is rather young. Always a good time to... Or there's always time for heroics.
I mean, I guess.
Simon is significantly more attentive now that elves have been mentioned.
As long as we're sharing notes, good time as any to go through and see if anyone has any questions.
Do you want to look at any of these? I'm sure you could get more insight from them than we have. And I offer him, like, Calvin Cool notes, things. All his notebooks that I stole.
I have no idea who Calvin Cooley is.
He was the guy at the prisoner, unless I have the name wrong.
Oh, that was Iger saying that.
Oh, okay. I just making sure. He was the guy at the prison who was splitting prisoners' souls into pieces as a horrible experiment and creating an extremely haunted prison.
Messing around
With
with
those spear shards we're trying to protect, but have been failing to do so miserably so far.
Messing around with magic that he's not familiar with.
So he has a lot of notes, and I think this is like a fancy old history book or something that he was getting stuff from. So if you want these, I've read them about as much as I can without giving myself a migraine.
I'm more than happy to add to my library. And he kind of looks over the one that you have. Primer on magic. Older one. I'd say 4th era. Or at least the revision of it. And you say there was a hilt that dropped along.
Yes, and I point at Simon.
All right. And he reaches into his sleeve and produces, as if from nowhere, the bladeless hilt that landed like a meteorite.
That
In the desert.
is Atlan.
And again, I really hope that getting the shit out isn't another, like, siren call, like in the prophecy.
One can only hope.
Oh, we should have given our bosses the lead box.
I didn't. I honestly thought it was placebo. I never would have imagined it was actually working.
And what exactly were you doing to keep him from just annihilating you off the planet and finding you right away?
We stored the shards in a box lined with lead.
Yeah, we sort of fled across the desert, and then...
I was aware. I was aware from my basic studies of arcane knowledge when I was a child that lead prevents scrying.
It's an anti-tracking method.
I was working on a hunch.
Anti-divination. Alright. He just rubs his face. This is a lot to take in. I'm going to be real honest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, take your time with it. You just have to live with this.
Well, unfortunately, we would have spared you the stress, but Avalon is knocking on the doorstep of your city, so it's no longer wise to keep you out in the dark.
Well, I don't even think he's
plus
knocking.
there might be like another shard in this shadow vault that we're going to protect.
You don't even think he's knocking on our door? More like...
I think he's living right down the street. Right on, and he takes a look at your business card.
I roll to see if there's a bat or...
Is he really
Or
right
a
down the
rat
street
watching
from us?
Actually, no, you guys are on the opposite side of town.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I roll to see if a bat or rat is watching us.
I do have to warn you, Dr. Iger. I don't know if you've put 2 and 2 together just yet, but, well, your daughter, his coming here to this town isn't for Justice Fist's sake. He wants the shards and a new Shadow Vault has been opened. I don't have a good feeling about where those two dots connect.
Well, like, technically we've only found one in the Shadow Vault. The other one was, like, with a dragon.
That's true.
But, you know,
Surely,
it makes it more than 0 odds.
Surely when prophecy is involved, there's no pattern forming.
There's always patterns when prophecies are involved. It's just inevitable.
So yeah, I know we're there to, like, protect the artifacts, but, if that spear shard is there, we are going to probably take it.
If there are any you would well, no, I'll leave it up to the good doctor. If you wish for us to take it into our custody, we are willing to.
Yeah, otherwise I would recommend a lot of lead. And also not touching it, considering the horrible mutagenous properties.
It's not a good thing to have.
Yeah, more like a big red target.
I think in your hands might be the safest place for them at this moment.
Hopefully we can get, a whole top secret government thing. Come on, there's got to be hold on. What is the fantasy equivalent of the FBI?
I'm trying to remember because I actually had it written down. I'm just going to call them the investigations.
The TBI?
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it was...
Thulian Bureau of Investigation?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The TBI. This almost feels like a TBI kind of situation.
Provided that they'll believe that a 1,000-year-old vampire has awoken from his grave and is back in modern times.
Right.
We can give him the name and the address.
In the meantime, we will be temporary custodians.
I mean, is that the weirdest thing that's happened so far?
We can give them the name, the address, and the fucking mirror.
Things back at what happened in the war.
I will talk with my contacts. I've lived in this town long enough to build up a good reputation.
Nice.
I mean, I personally don't trust the government at all, but also I do not want this to be my responsibility.
Whoops. Hashtag just woke up a vampire, y'all. Hashtag oops. Hashtag not my circus.
Hashtag accidental apocalypse.
Apoca oops.
Apoca yikes.
Would you like some more tea?
Got bourbon?
Yeah, we got bourbon.
Yeah, I got bourbon.
Yeah, I got bourbon.
Another tea, hold the tea.
In the meantime, I will add on doing research into ancient evils to my already massive list of things to do. See who needs to be done. I'll keep in touch with
Professors are so underpaid.
I can't wait to retire. Hopefully sooner than later.
Hey, something to look forward to.
In light of recent events, I can still count on all of you to take up my more pressing matter, right?
Oh yeah, we have a vested interest.
Nod.
Uh-huh.
Alright. I will start making my way on back home then. Maybe make a stop by the university, see what I can do.
Yeah, good luck.
And good luck to you, Justice Fist. I'll be keeping in contact in the future.
We're gonna
Well, just
fucking...
know when we need to head out.
Not bad. Alright. I will say we can take a short break right here, and then we'll get into some of the ending stuff. So I'll set my timer for 5 minutes. I will set my timer for 5 minutes. Stop.
Also, where's Barb? We need to high five.
Namek will explode in 5 minutes.
If my timer... There we go.
Oh, so we have about 20 episodes.
Yeah, Barbara's still at the
what's
front
been going
desk.
on?
Oh, good. I high five Barb.
Also, I'm sorry if I've
She
been
knows why.
rude during this session.
No, you haven't been.
Yeah.
I'm saying the dibs and
Hi, Tom. Where are you?
I feel like my outbursts have been
Oh,
kind
no.
of rude.
I'm sorry, dude. Oh no.
He's dying at an alarming rate.
But
Stop
yeah, I feel like my outbursts have kind of been like rude.
No, you're
I
fine.
haven't noticed anything.
Yeah, Barb would be up at the front desk. You're gonna give her a high five.
Yeah, she knows why.
Does she? I'm gonna roll to see if she
She was
does.
like in the background when he was being flustered. She's savvy.
Barbara doesn't know a thing. Barbara was too busy writing her memoirs.
Damn it, Barb.
Barbara was listening.
Fine, I request a high five anyway.
Barbara puts down the phone, shrugs, gives you a high five. By the way, we
It's
still
been
have
a
some pressing
long
business
drive, though.
matters to get to.
Oh yeah?
Still gotta hire your fence. You still have room for extra mercenaries to start bringing in income.
Barb is not made to be a boss.
That's why I say I was made to be a boss bitch.
You are a boss bitch, Barb. I was made to be a bartender.
That because you wanted to be, or?
Oh, I mean, I did it since I could pass for legal age.
Mm. You know what? Actually, how was I gonna put this?
That and fixing cars.
I feel like in a former life I was a cat obsessed with magic items.
You know what?
Ivan says to himself.
My dad
What?
says that I was born to be a macho man. Joke's on him. I became a macho woman. As far as I'm concerned,
You fucking rocket, Barb.
as far as I'm concerned, we weren't born to be anything. Other than just
Well,
dust
yeah.
in the
I'd like to bring
wind.
up- Also, I'd like to bring up really quick. I'd like to bring up the fact that apparently we are streaming at the same time as Unexpectables.
Yeah. I mean, we've been streaming same time as Unexpectables for like months.
Ever.
I forgot that they stream on Saturdays. I thought they stream on Wednesdays.
They do. It's just that they have I think it's like a one-shot sort of thing. I don't remember. We're all tired.
I mean,
So what's the Ireland equivalent?
Oh god. Bring up my maps.
And how equivalent are they?
They're not one for one. They kind of have to have some leeway. There we go. Hyperborea.
Like, They don't have, like, the Troubles.
The Troubles?
Yeah, you know, the whole Irish independence issue.
Oh, no, not really.
Okay.
Here we go. Mamarisa is sort of the Ireland area. Ireland, Scotland. The Highlands area.
I don't know where else would be an equivalent. Just stick with that.
Man, I wish I had a bowl of cereal right now. Didn't buy any
Offers you my popcorn.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Parmesan garlic.
Okay. I like mine with murderous amounts of butter and salt.
Yeah. Melted Irish butter.
I like my popcorn so salty it can cure meat.
Yeah.
You know, Ivan is from Uenguk, or however it's pronounced.
Yeah, he's from fantasy Russia.
Yeah, which I just know that the name of the country sounds like a disease.
There might be some point coming up where I'll take like a week off from doing Avalon just so I can get a bunch of lore and world stuff reorganized. Nice. Just so that way I can help like reignite the flames of ADHD.
Oh,
yeah.
By the way, I'm randomly curious. Is there anyone else here who wants... So I know me, Kat, and Wavy are in the campaign coming up. Is there anybody else here who wants to join that?
Which one are you talking about?
Cryptids.
Oh, the October one?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so... I'm not sure if I told the other guy.
It's so far you two and
I guess we can announce it on stream.
Yeah. The plans to bring back Monster Madness at some point. I found I forgot I had a Pathfinder book that basically lets you build monsters. Your own monsters, give or take. So I was thinking of doing a Pathfinder session letting you guys build your own cryptids instead of me trying to smash together Homebrew 5e.
It does not have to be a cryptid. You can be a generic monster as well.
Try to make it inspired-esque. Or try to get it cryptid-y.
Well, I mean, I'm not really playing a cryptid.
Yours still kind of works because it's a zombie sort of thing. It's an undead monster sort of thing. And considering all the shit that people keep saying is in the New York, like, subways, I wasn't allowing that. Because I was listening to one of my podcasts the other day, not Unexplained Mysteries, Mysterious Universe. And they were talking about, like, the horrors of, the supernatural of the London Underground. And people were saying, like, they saw boogeymen and stuff down there. Like, okay, you know.
I love the tubes.
Also, to explain the stream, we are possibly going to be doing a yearly event, or monthly event in October. And it might become a yearly thing.
Monster Madness set in New York. So, we'll see.
So, Gypsy Dragon, do you want to be part of that?
I think Gypsy wandered away. I'll tell you.
Yeah, I know, he won AFK.
We'll ask him.
Is that going to be like on a different night than Saturday, or?
No, it would just be like October. It'd be like a Halloween special.
Yeah, instead of playing anything else, we just do Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
All October.
Yeah, it would just be like the entire month of October we do that.
It'd just be spookiness. Have fun playing monsters.
Ooh, ooh.
Would be starting at level 1.
Guess.
Yo, howdy.
Hi, Gypsy.
Do you want to be part of the yearly
Monster Madness.
Halloween thing, the Monster Madness?
What monster will I be?
So I have the book that I have in the Company of Aberrations lets you build your own.
I can build anything I want.
As long
Still
as it's like
cryptid inspired,
as long as it's
preferably.
still like cryptidy.
Okay.
And it'd just be
I'm
in
Mothman.
October. It would just be a like a Halloween thing.
During the month of October is when we do these sessions.
Yeah, instead of playing anything else.
Which, this is my suggestion of the name of the special. I know we have Monster Madness, but just for the name of the for scheduling as well, Monster Month.
I'm still trying to remember why the hell I called it All American Tango. Monster Madness All American. I don't remember why that name sounded good.
It's cool. I'd watch that show.
But yeah, well, all right, everyone's back.
Maybe.
Sounds like it.
Reset my timer. Boop. All right. Cool. All right. I'll say from this point, a couple days pass. Gun Gear will come on up with your items. Let me see what he has. As he pulls up in his little tricycle with his red wagon trailing behind.
Hey, oh, Christmas elf.
There we go.
Or hungle bungle.
All right. Gun Gear's order service all ready to go. And he brings his stuff on into your conference room. Pulls out one box, one delivery for Alex, and he shoves it across the table to you.
Oh, okay. Crack it open.
It is, for reward's sake, it looks like a vape pen. Made out of brass
What the fuck?
and ivory. And it's got this little glass part in there. It looks like it has a fan. It's like, good. Take a blow on into it.
Ooh, does this do the thing? And she'll put it to her lips and concentrate.
As you blow, you begin to see your poison smoke begin to seep on into it, and you hear this little noise.
I just had to make a noise.
As the poison begins to coalesce into one of the vials that's there.
You're a toxic noisemaker.
Alex, you now possess the Poisoner's Vape. This functions as a Poisoner's Jacket Lesser.
Woo! I need to look that up again.
Yep.
Poisoner's jacket.
This will allow you to create mundane poisons by extracting your own. To
Yeah,
a certain
that's right.
amount.
What type of poisons?
Mundane.
Generic poison
And-
or
Yeah, anything that costs 300 gold pieces or less.
So
Yep.
$30 or less.
Yep. I don't have to find a source to get poisons anymore. Woohoo!
Wait, we can also. You know what that means? You can also make poison so we can fucking sell them.
They stop working after an hour.
Yeah.
Wow.
Temporary. Also, that probably is legal.
That is called...
I don't want to go back to prison!
Oh no, not something
be-
illegal.
To be fair, we're getting a fencer.
Why do you guys keep saying fencer? And it's not just him.
It's a fence.
Everyone's been saying it. It's fence.
Ivan?
A fencer is someone who fights with a sword.
Yes.
Gungear brings out a little box and passes it over to you.
Ivan smiles gleefully. Oh, I am so looking forward to this.
You open it up.
Hey, what do you want?
Oh, go
I'm
ahead.
not opening it up here. I was gonna ask, does anybody want to go on the roof to check this out with me? Or are we outside?
We can go
Temperature.
outside.
Ivan asked, does anybody want to go outside with me to check this thing out?
Sure. Lead the way.
Not the rest of you.
Why does it have to be outside?
Let's open it.
See?
I'm nervous.
I
He's going
don't
to set
think I want to
something
be
on fire.
anywhere in a 20-foot radius of
Okay,
you.
you can say 20 feet behind me.
I'm going to make it 120 feet just to be safe. Thank you very much.
Let's go in the yard.
I can see head outside.
All right.
Ivan is going to put down the box, and he is going to open it.
You see inside, it looks like an old-fashioned crank. Like what you might
pull out
start
the
a
crank?
what you might start a car with, like back in the day.
Pull out the crank.
You hold it out. Activation word is contact.
He holds it out. Contact.
You feel it like jitter, and then it just stays in place. Now you got to start rotating it. Give it a good
Start
spin.
rotating it.
All right. This thing feels like you've slipped it into something solid, and it's just hovering in air. As you are now beginning to crank, it begins to form, like magic emanates from the end of this crank and begins to slowly take the shape of a motorcycle-sized biplane.
Oh.
It takes
I
30
get
seconds
into
of
the
cranking
biplane.
to do. But you now have a portable biplane.
Ivan is going to get onto this biplane and start it up as he is going to take off. I'm going to roll profession biplane.
So
I'm
would you
going
say
to take a 10 on profession biplane and just start doing tricks.
when you say it's a motorcycle size, is it large sized, like horse size,
I'm going to say...
10 by 5? Or is it 10 by 10?
I would say 10 by 5. It's large enough that 2 people can ride on it. Pilot and 1 passenger. It's not like a massive plane. It's like a little custom-made vehicle for him.
That's so cool.
So, Storm, I also have one last question.
Yeah.
About this portable plane. So, I also asked if it had a certain feat. Does this have that feat?
Oh, wait a minute. That's right.
It was the... Give me a second. I can find it.
Yeah, send that to me again, because I'm pretty sure it does. Just need a reminder.
It is the expert driver feat.
Okay, yes. It has an autopilot, or it has a pilot assist.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take a 10 on this, so I have a 28, and I'm just doing fucking tricks.
It's a little weird to handle, because the controls feel like they were literally the cross between a motorcycle and a biplane control. It looks like Gun Gear kind of, jury-rigged the two together into a single entity.
So, to explain to people what this exactly means, basically what Expert Driver does is it says stuff like accelerate, decelerate, or turning are move action instead of a standard action, and because of my cruise control feat, that lowers it down to a swift action. So anything I do in this plane is now a swift action.
You get up there and you're zipping around. It feels good to finally be in, a plane. For once, and not flying a car. That's a sentence.
Maybe he'll finally stop asking to borrow the car.
I have own vehicle.
Alex, you can keep the flying car.
I've got...
Expert driver is really good, though.
Yep.
Alright. Khurtin?
Yep.
Gungnir hands a larger box off to you.
Very nice. Grabs his little knife and opens up the package.
Let me see if I remember how to describe this. It is a shield. It is a tower shield. Black iron, not bracing, rim with a mirror-like surface on the front. It's like a tower-sized mirror shield. Well, I call this one the Wraith Wall. Well, let me show you. Lay down on the ground.
Okay.
Just go on. So. Just lie down. Go on. Get comfortable. Yeah, I promise. Not face down, ass up. Just lie down on the ground.
All right.
And you see him lower this thing over on top of you. I want you to... Alright. Try to hide. Think about hiding. I want you to roll a stealth check. Right here and now. Jesus Christ. Okay.
The one rule I get this game.
As you guys just see Gungnir just lower this thing on top of him, you see the mirror-like surface on top of this shield begin to shimmer and take on the texture and color of the grass underneath him. This shield has the hide in plain sight feature. You can use stealth to hide even when being observed, and as long as you are 10 feet, or within 10 feet of dim light, you can hide without anything to actually hide behind. It functions just like... So yeah, it just functions just like a tower shield with the hide in plain sight ability.
Doesn't a tower shield also give you cover?
Yeah, if you take a standard action, it can grant you cover. This thing is basically a riot shield with cloaking technology.
Yeah, my idea was essentially like there's two characters in the or two units in the Warhammer series that are essentially like long range enemies, like tower shields in front of them. So it seemed like a thing that I would like to invest in, but also, you know, if they see me, it kind of ruins the point. So needed a little bit of both.
Cool.
All right. What do you think?
That is one hell of an invention.
Very impressive.
Khurtin, I hope it fits your standards.
Is it heavy?
Where'd he go?
Well, actually, yeah. How heavy is it?
It's pretty fucking heavy. It's generally a tower shield is like 45. This one is about half that. So it's still pretty heavy, but not quite as heavy as what it generally would be.
Yeah, that's still...
Good thing you're the muscle.
Yeah, you carry it on your back. It'll disperse the weight.
Well, I can try to make it lighter later on, but yeah, it's kind of a beefy thing. I had to repurpose something for military surplus.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Nevo? Gungnir kind of wanders up to you and he hands you a box.
Nevo will, like, pop up his head because he's been like so disoriented. Yeah, I'm here.
I got a little
Like,
thing
he
for
just
you.
shows up out of nowhere.
Go ahead, open it up. Do it.
We'll open the box.
You see, you were expecting to see armor. What you see, it looks like... I'm trying to think of a good way to describe this. It almost looks like a circlet, like a very large circlet, made out of black steel. Let me show you.
Huh.
Let me show you how this.
Hey.
And Gungear will take it. He wanders on over to Buddy Bonesley, and as he puts this thing on, you notice that it's actually it is like the perfect shape of Buddy's collarbone, like it attaches directly to the collarbone. The command word is "sick'em."
Why?
Well, I mean, say it and see.
Okay. Sick 'em.
And you see as black armor plating begins to extend from the collar around a Buddy. This functions as spiked full plate.
Iron Dog.
Iron Pupper.
This also functions as a collar of unliving servitude. Let me see here. As long as you and Buddy Bonesley are within 100 feet of each other, any positive energy damage that Buddy would take is transferred to you as healing. Likewise, any negative energy that is done to you is transferred to Buddy to heal him, and it can do this up to 70 points total per day.
You're gonna get
Incredible.
confused. You got to write that out for me. Ugh.
Let me send you the link.
Okay.
This is a standard Pathfinder item, thankfully. So basically, anytime Buddy would take positive energy damage, like from healing or something like that, that would normally damage him, you can transfer some of that to you to heal you. Or if you take negative energy damage, you can transfer that to Buddy to heal him. And you can do that for up to 70 points per day.
Okay.
So if you take like 40 points of damage, you could transfer that between you guys. And if you take an additional 30 more, then that's basically your limit. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think I get it.
Okay.
Fine.
And last,
Does that
Alright, I'll
mean
wait.
does that mean someone could take the friendly fire, shoot Buddy, and heal Nevo?
oh yeah,
Awesome.
and let me see here. Last but not least, Jackaboy. I was trying to...
Alright, yeah, I forgot I did that stuff.
I was trying to find what it was that you sent me. You were wanting one of your guns to do something. Do you remember what it was?
I think that was... God. Hold on, let me go through our DMs. Because I vaguely remember trying to explain this to you. My memory is that of a goldfish, so please hold.
There we go.
Meanwhile,
Mobile
Buddy
phone.
Bunley is gonna go through a transformation sequence here.
Yes.
Please hold.
Mobile
Yeah.
focus, was that right?
Oh yeah, did
Yeah,
you stitch,
mobile focus
did you
added
stitch the wings
his,
to Buddy?
to his bonded firearm.
That's right.
If that were even physically possible, because he would probably have like a bunch of questions for gun gear in between like when he would have it and now.
Let me see if I remember how I was going to do that. It was...
I think if I vaguely remember correctly, so long as I move 10 feet, I regain my martial focus for freaking stuff.
Yeah,
or something like that.
I was trying to remember what form it was going to take. I believe it was... Oh, wait, there it was. Okay. You open up the box that he gives you, and it's a pair of pearl handles that get screwed into the side of your firearms.
He looks a little confused. This is... Alright.
So he takes the firearms that you have bound, and he takes off the oh god, I'm trying to remember. Someone who's better with guns than I am. What is the little detachable grips, the sides of the grip of the gun?
The stock.
The stock?
Shoot, diamond dog.
Typically a stock for anything that's a long arm, but since this is on his pistol, it would just be the grip.
The grip. Okay. So he takes off the sides of the grip, and he puts on these pearl handles onto the next one. So they're like made out of pearl. Actual pearl. They look flashy as shit.
Be like, this is a little bit flashy, but I'm not going to complain.
Let me see here. Whenever they move, or whenever there's inertia applied to them, the sides of them will light up, basically. They'll ripple whenever inertia is applied to them. Or a ripple-like effect will go across them whenever they're like being swung around or anything.
Okay.
Interesting.
So anytime you move 10 feet, at least 10 feet, but not more than half your total, you will regain your martial focus. This will include anytime you teleport.
So I can BAMF teleport and regain martial focus. Jesus Christ.
So if you move at least 10 feet, but no more than half your total speed, that includes teleporting or just moving.
30. Yeah.
Bonesy has been
So as long
upgraded
as you
to
short
dead
distance,
doggo.
as long as you like sidestep or short distance. And then he can keep spending it on barrages or snipes or whatever he uses.
Yep.
A barrage currently because I don't have snipe sphere.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I would delve into snipe sphere, but I'm already in 3 spheres already. I'm not sure how useful it's going to be since I've read up on snipe sphere. It only applies to 1 attack, sadly.
Yeah, same with barrage. You can make a barrage. There's special attack actions, so you can make a barrage or you can make a snipe.
Yep.
I think there is a feat. To do it. A snipe and a barrage together.
Oh.
But that's like you don't gotta build for that. I'd stick to barrage.
Let's just say I got one other little thing in the works right now for you, Jackaboy, but I promise not to tell anyone about it. And you see him sort of wave his little fingers at you, all mysteriously.
I honestly don't remember what I requested for, but thanks.
You didn't request this. And he gives you like this weird, he like leans forward and gives you this really obvious like wink.
Wonk.
Like,
Why did my mind go go to the scene of Futurama where Leela tries to wink.
And with that, Gungear is free of his debt. Time to go do things that won't get me into major trouble.
There you go. Learning your lesson. Very good.
Speaking of which, where did I put my gunpowder?
In which where did I put my second giant mech?
Oh, right, the orphanage. Because I know if there's anyone who's trustworthy, it's orphans.
We get your explosion from the orphanage.
Well. Oh, wait. Wait. I still got one more. I totally forgot about Simon. Sneaky,
I was just over here enjoying my tea.
Sorry, I'm very absent-minded.
Sometimes I get something stuck in my throat. Well.
He tosses a box over to you.
I catch it.
Did you have any specific idea of what you wanted it to look like, or would you allow gun gear?
No, I didn't have any idea of what I wanted it to look like. I told him make it look cool. That's it.
All right. It
Hear what
is.
Gungear's idea of cool is.
It is a rod with a big red button on the top and a stamper on the bottom.
All right. I like the elegance of it. I take it, I take a good look at it, and it works.
Yep, I tested it several times.
But not today, yeah?
No, not today.
Okay, thank goodness. Okay, well then.
So, I'm just crinkling my Lindell chocolate wrapper.
Hear it.
And with
And
that...
I walk up to the front door. Oh, we're in the conference room, aren't we?
Yeah.
Or did we go outside?
Outside.
You can... Never mind. Where do you guys want to be? What are you going to do?
I'm going to walk up. We're outside. I walk up to the front door. And I stamp the front door. Stamp the welcome mat, basically. Under the welcome mat, and then I put it back down.
There's a flash as it turns into a magic seal, right where you stamped.
Ding, ding. Oh, I like the idea. What if the stamp... No, you didn't say what the stamp is. What if the stamp is a justice fist?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wait, no. Yeah, you're right. It could also be... What's the exit? What's an exit sign? Like, not like... I don't mean like an exit. I mean like the guy running. Like, you know what I mean?
The crosswalk sign? Or the... Oh, God, I know.
This.
Emergency exit?
Yeah, the emergency exit.
Yeah.
It's that. It's literally that.
All right,
It literally stamps that.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
He just has one really big fist.
Well, Simon has reasons that he doesn't want it necessarily to connect back to the group, just in case.
All right.
He's thinking ahead.
All right. And with that, Gungear will take his leave. And let me see here. Chances are we'll just call it here for the night since it is 11:30 Like I said, there's going to be a short
question
one.
mark multiple
Oh, yes.
times.
Sir, I don't always see it. What's up?
Two things. One, how long does the plane last?
Figured.
It is out until you say the activation word again and crank it back into basically its extra dimensional space.
Okay, secondly, how many times can I activate it?
Many times as you need to, really. It's an at will. It just takes 6
Okay,
rounds
one-
to activate.
One
Fold
final
and
thing.
unfold it.
Well, technically two. These are the last things, I promise.
3 more things then.
If I were to put something in it and have it return back to its crank form,
Oh yeah, is it magical compression or is it like physical compression?
There really isn't any storage or any holes in there to store things inside of. Anything you try to
Oh,
store
it's for
inside
a
of,
corpse in the cockpit.
yeah, anything you try to store in there will fall to the ground when you disengage it.
Okay. Because I was going to try to get a parachute. And curious how much that cost, just in case.
We'd have to see. I'd have to look through my notes.
You can always just wear a parachute.
You could always flavor it as like a spell scroll of Featherfall.
Yeah. I'll think of something.
I recommend you should actually get a scroll of Featherfall and sew it into the hood of your bomber jacket.
Ooh.
That was the idea as well.
And it was just like a thing in the army that you just pulled the strings on the hood, like you gripped them and you pulled them twice, and it would just and cast Featherfall on you.
No, you sew them into the legs of your pants, and they're literally parachute pants.
I love a good pun.
All right.
I was going to buy 7 parachutes.
7 parachutes. Okay, I'd get back to you on the price of those.
Because one for me in my plane, and then one for each of us in the blimp when that's up and running.
Okay.
Right. I think
In case we have to jump.
All right. I am pretty much going to call it there for tonight, just because I want Maz to be back for,
the next bit.
yeah, for the next
Plot
bit.
relevancy.
Yes. And
Gotcha.
if I take anything else, if I risk anything else, we'll kind of jack with the flow. So, I'll call it there, short and sweet. Got your magic items, got a little bit of lore thrown in.
Woo.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
And confusing poor Iger about everything.
Poor boy. That's alright. He's an old
Threw
man.
him under the bus.
He's an old man. He can handle it.
Yeah, he's fine.
We need an adult.
And as
He's
Barbara,
basically the group's dad at this point.
and I will say, Barbara will bring this up again since talked about this at on the break. She will slap down a bunch of files in front of you guys. You've got room for 3 more mercenaries to start bringing in revenue. Your fence and any other spots open that could be used to make passive income. She'll leave that up to you
Okay.
guys. Like, it's been a while. We got room for
Been a
3 more.
while.
Got room for 3 more mercenaries. And trust me, we could use the extra income coming in. Just saying. Trust the Babs. Alright. I'll end it there. A little abrupt, but I'll end it there. Alright.
Meow.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.